Hi, I'm Dan Gifford, Bishop of the Anglican Network in Canada and Chairman of ARDFC. ARDFC is unique because it works with local churches and leaders in our wider Anglican family who give direction to the projects on the ground. There are two aims for ARDFC. One is to provide short-term relief in crises around the world. And a second, which is really our main focus, is to fund long-term development projects that will make a difference in communities in need.
Paraguay has a young population. Asuncion, its capital, is the most populous city. In the district of Zeballos-Quay, one of the poorest districts, 70% of the population are school-aged children. This is where we find Redeemer Anglican Church. Here, access to education is limited, especially for families with low incomes. Several years ago, Redeemer Anglican Church, along with the Anglican Church of Paraguay, refurbished the Pepe Semillita preschool building in Zeballos-Quay, naming it El Redentor School, allowing 70 students up to third grade to attend. A new expansion, aided by funds from the Anglican Relief and Development Fund Canada, added a second level with 4 new classrooms and an office for the administration. This doubled the enrollment, serving students from preschool to 9th grade, teaching students Christian values and helping them gain an understanding of the Christian faith. This is just one of the Anglican Relief and Development Fund Canada's 14 completed projects in 12 countries on 4 continents. The ARDFC exists to restore health, hope, and dignity in Jesus' name. The Anglican Relief and Development Fund Canada works in partnership with the Anglican Network in Canada and other international ARDF branches like the US and Australia to take on carefully selected and monitored relief and development projects in developing nations to relieve poverty, provide food and other necessities of life, as well as provide training to improve skills in healthcare, agriculture, irrigation, and beyond. All this is done with the gospel in mind. We believe that Christ's command to love our neighbors as ourselves is integrally linked to his commission to go into all the world and make disciples. When we help our neighbors in need, locally or globally, we're doing gospel work. The Anglican Relief and Development Fund Canada is currently partnering with the Anglican Church of Cambodia to establish a new church and girls' dorm in Phnom Penh. The new church will train church leaders, disciple children and youth, and support its community through evangelism and outreach. And the girls' dorm will provide safe living space for up to 20 young women living in poverty in the surrounding area. We're also partnering with the Church of the Good Shepherd in Vancouver to support the Karen Anglican Ministry at the border. Through this financial support, the Anglican Church in Thailand runs several boarding schools, housing, feeding, and educating up to 105 of the displaced Karen children who are seeking refuge at the Myanmar-Thailand border. Our most recent and ambitious project is partnering with the Anglican Church in Mozambique to provide clean drinking water to rural communities that don't have access to it, forcing people living in the Malombo and Milange areas to travel 3 to 5 miles to obtain water. Together, we've helped them build 4 new wells for these villages and are in the process of assisting in the refurbishment of 14 springs for fresh water. There are about 80,000 Canadian dollars still needed to complete these critical development projects. The ARDFC is entirely volunteer-led, which means that about 90% of the funds that ARDFC receives will go directly towards development projects that will make a difference around the world. We'd like to ask you to consider partnering with the Anglican Relief and Development Fund Canada by donating today. Your donations will help our neighbors in need in Cambodia, Thailand, Mozambique, and beyond, and advance the gospel around the world. Join us in restoring health, hope, and dignity in Jesus' name.